Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading for Virgo season 2023. Well, it is a very complicated reading, and why wouldn't it be with you, Scorpio, as you are a very complicated and deeply emotional sign. So, got a lot to cover here. First of all, your oracle card is this beautiful little fairy, the violet angel. This card signifies that you are having a new spiritual awakening and a new type of dawn in your life, and that you can't rush these types of awakenings. And I think it explains a little bit about the first part of your reading here. I see a lot of tension in your current environment. A lot of mental energy, like a lot of kind of feeling on guard, not knowing what other people are going to do, not knowing what people are going to decide, not knowing what you should decide. I don't think that's necessarily your happy place, Scorpio. You're a water sign. But for whatever reason, the situation that you're in right now has you very much on guard and watching other people. This could be watching them through social media. Sometimes the Page of Swords says that, but it doesn't have to be. It just means like you are observing and you are very sharp mentally right now. It could be that you don't know what decision to make in your life at this time, and that you are in a type of mental energy that is very cold for you, that's very calculating and can be borderline abusive mentally with people. This is not necessarily you. In fact, I get the sense this is someone else in your life that you're watching. And doesn't matter gender. It's showing up as a king, but it could be male or female. And so, like you're just poised and ready with this sword, ready to strike if you need to, and just sort of watching how everything plays out in this situation. And then, we are in a lot of planets retrograde right now, so your challenges being the Six of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse, it's like there's no forward motion, but there's also no backward motion. So you are really stuck at this time. And it's tense. You have the moon crowning your reading. Not an easy energy, but if anyone can handle it, Scorpio can handle it, right? Because you guys are the intense, deep pool of water that no one can see what's at the bottom. So that's sort of the moon energy here. It's like things are hidden, motives are hidden, plans are hidden. I do sense a decision in the art on this moon card where maybe you are not sure what path to walk or who to take on your path with you. You could be in kind of a standoff type of energy right now. On one side, you could be dealing with the energy of letting a marriage go, a relationship that is traditional and legally binding. And on the other hand, you could be dealing with, letting that go, letting a burden go, something that makes you feel very tired and very drained, and starting something new and passionate and fun and that makes you feel alive. And that's kind of impulsive. The Page of Wands is sort of that like quick flame that can burn out. Can be just kind of like a hookup too. So, something that maybe is kind of breathing new life into you, Whereas, this other path, side of the path or person that might go on the path with you is, it doesn't feel like it's going very well with the Two of Cups being reversed here. It's like maybe there is a marriage in someone's life or in your life that is legally binding, but there's no love or there's no connection, or like the relationship has sort of dissolved, but the marriage and the structure still stands. So anyway, I just sense a lot of deception and and there's another card of deception in your current energy coming up later. So I sense a lot of deception, a lot of tension, a lot of, hiding motives, not revealing like anyone's true plans, and just stuck energy. Like you and whoever else is involved in this situation with you cannot get out of this. You have to go through it in order to get this new awakening in your life. And some of the other oracle cards that came out are acceptance. So you have to learn to accept things you can't change through this situation. And I think you are struggling with loving yourself and, recognizing the parts of you that you see in other people. Often we see in other people parts of ourselves that we don't like, and so we hate that person or we get mad at that person, when really it's about something we don't like about ourselves. So if you're having issues with other people, or you're feeling like you're kind of in in ways it's kind of like feels like war is about to break out for you, or some type of fight. When you want to just look at those strong feelings about other people and say, okay, what is that about me that I'm seeing in them? And then also your abundance, your ability to manifest abundance in your life feels like it's blocked right now. And so you want to just, this phrase on this card that might help you is saying, I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So just remember, not physical, but emotional relationships, the feelings we feel about people and ourselves kind of create our wealth and our abundance for us. So if you're, mistrustful or surrounding yourself with people who don't evoke feelings of love for you, then you'll have a hard time bringing money into your life. So in the recent past, it looks like you did have a big new financial opportunity here, and it caused you to have like a pause in the struggle that you have been going through. So that must have been nice. Looks like you came into a good amount of money and security, and maybe helped yourself in a new career direction. At the bottom of the reading here, it looks to me like there is a feminine energy who has money, who appears as they have everything that they want emotionally. They're stable, and they're not putting up with any more crap with this Five of Swords in reverse. It's like abuse, conflict, nothing. They're just not dealing with it, and that's probably why they're sitting where they are in these thrones. This showing up as a feminine energy. Again, it doesn't have to be, but for whatever reason, this is in the position of your subconscious right now. So I'm not really able to see how this ties in with this situation where you're so mentally on edge and feeling defensive and having to watch your back and not knowing what anyone's going to decide or what the next move is going to be or what so-and-so is going to say, or, you know, with this whole kind of murky, dark situation where things are so unclear and hidden, I'm not sure why this person is in your subconscious. So that will be different for each person. And yeah, maybe they're here. Maybe it's sort of modeling what you want for yourself, or maybe this is like an archetype of how you would like to be in your life. Maybe this is your hopes or your dreams for yourself, or maybe this is actually another person in your reality who is embodying what you want for you. What's at the bottom of the deck here that's unseen is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So what it looks like to me is that you or someone else might catapult themselves. Like, this is a pole vault image on the card. It's like you or this person might just jump into something, a situation, and then realize it's not offering the financial stability and independence that you want or they want for themselves, and then they might just like take off afterwards, like rush in. You know, the Page of Wands was up here clarifying the moon, so you know, this little kind of, if it is relationship, it could be work too. Anything creative or passionate can be signified by the Page of Wands. So it could be a new work endeavor, a new project, a new, like even a new communication about something that's gonna sort of like make your life easier, or make you feel like you have less of a workload, or something that's just like lightening up your burden in life. I'm wondering if this unseen position at the bottom of the deck might be like, yeah, that's one of your choices right now. You're heading into that, but you might jump in and jump right back out. Keep in mind it is Mercury retrograde now, pretty much through the rest of September and into a little bit of October. So not always the best time to start new things. We do have a lot of retrograde energy, so keep that in mind. It looks like in the near future, you are going to be juggling. To me, it looks like two different people showing up as feminine here, but it doesn't have to be. If we're not talking about people, it would just be a situation where it's like new love or new communication about love, but it's almost like with it being in reverse, it doesn't fully develop, it doesn't get off the ground. It's more like an opportunity for love or creativity, but it's almost like you're not letting it actually blossom into that. And then that's one side that you're juggling. The other side looks to be a somewhat narcissistic person. So with the Queen of Swords in reverse, this is someone who plays a lot of mind games, someone who's manipulative, who knows how to get what they want in life, you know, at the expense of other people. So looks like you're leaning more towards the new love option, but that Queen of Swords is in the equation too. So for whatever reason, in the near future, the next month or couple months, you might still be juggling these two situations. So in your current energy, you're very much feeling a lot of grief and sadness about the loss of a happy family in your life. And man, the sadness about that is very real. And it's like there are still cups upright, signifying love and potential for love with other people, but you're not able to focus on that right now because you're still dealing with the pain over losing this family. So to me, the way it looks like you're coping with that is by basically doing anything and everything you need to sort of get ahead or get what you need in life. And in doing that, you're pretty much passing up or refusing any love offers that come to you at this time. It's like you had to just, like, you can't really see the position, but you had to kind of turn your back on those feelings, and Scorpio, for you, emotions are really intense. So, you may have just had to shut it off. Like you can't, for whatever reason, you can't grieve that right now. You just have to do what you have to do, and you don't really care how it affects anybody else. And you're not looking for emotional connection. It's like you've almost isolated yourself emotionally, but you seem to be very at peace with that. And maybe that's, what you need to do at this time. So in your environment, it looks like someone has made a very clear choice with the Seven of Cups in reverse to end something with the Death card here with some type of father figure. The Emperor is a person who is in charge of other people. So this can come in many different capacities. I didn't pull specifiers for this. This could, this can be a boss at work. This can be the owner of a business. This can be a father figure. This can be a husband. Since I don't have any, it does, there are cups here. So this could be something that someone is emotionally involved with, but I don't really know exactly. It'll be different for everybody too. So, but this Emperor figure that they are ending things with is either doesn't have good finances or is overly focused on finances and doesn't have the ability to be stable in a family situation. However, this person has decided to end it, but it's like they can't quite move away from it with this Six of Swords. Like they're not able to leave. So that's what's going on with that situation. Sounds confusing. I'm not sure who this is for you. For your hopes and fears, it looks like they are largely centered around money. I see fears around poverty, fears around homelessness, fears around not being able to take the first steps in a career path. It's like entry level work. Everyone always wants to shoot for the stars and think of the end result, but those first steps, that groundwork that you lay in your career is essential. You can't really get anywhere without that. So I feel like you're fearful that you won't be able to do that. And I also see that you really are hoping to stay somewhere. Like you're hoping to stay somewhere that you have emotional connection to. This could be a group of people, this could be a community, this could be a family. Like you don't want to have to leave that emotional situation due to finances. So I see that as a really big worry for you and a big hope that you will be able to repair your financial situation and be able to stay where you are in some emotional situation. So the ending of the reading is a little bit vague in terms of who this will apply to in your life, but looks like in the outcome of this situation on the course that you're on right now, you will most likely be letting go of a relationship. Now, this can be a business relationship. It's typically a romantic relationship. It looks like, so the pair that came out were the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So it's like this could have been a toxic, like stressful connection for you, but it's like you two are very passionate physically for each other. You're both very attractive. You're both very attracted to each other. There's probably a lot of chemistry, probably lots of sexual energy between you. And it's both the fire energy being wands. So it's like you two are very well matched together, but being in the reverse, it was toxic in some way. Like it wasn't healthy, and it was more of a burden than bringing good to your life. So I see you letting go of that and just sort of like deciding back to that Four of Cups energy. There's this figure again here. It's the same one I pulled out earlier of like being in this Zen state. And it's funny because these decks aren't showing this to be like a frowning face, whereas some decks will show this person to be unhappy, but these decks are almost showing it like it's like you're in a meditative state, very clear, like in that Swords energy we talked about in the beginning, where you're really just focused on what you want and what you're manifesting in your life, and passing this relationship up and deciding like it's not going to, it's like a negative cycle that keeps repeating itself. It's like maybe the option comes back to like do it over, try it again, and it looks to me like you're just gonna say, no, I think I'm gonna just pass on that. And it looks like with time apart here that distance is gonna bring you clarity. And with the past life love, it says your soul remembers this intense connection. So this is like a karmic love partner that you've probably known for lifetimes. And it might be, I don't see too much sadness here. I see you being very almost detached. And I do see you feeling a little bit alone after you decide to let this go. But it's like that logic is just very strong for you right now, and it's like you're just deciding like, I don't want to invest in this situation. I don't want to wait to reap the benefits of this, or the benefits may never come from this, so I'm just gonna let it go. It looks like it's just financially not going to bring you the stability that you want in your life. And you may be denying part of your intuition and your emotions by letting this go. Like there might be an emotional part of you that really wants to hang on to it and really feels like it's kind of divinely guided to be in your life. But it's like you're just being too realistic at this time to hang on to something that's going to stress you out, and you just don't feel like it's going to be successful in the long run. So I think that was all I had for you, Scorpio. It looks like, you know, a very intense time for you right now, but just know, remember with this little violet angel, like there is a new dawn breaking in your life, and we do have to go through these periods, so you will come out on top of this. Thank you.